This is Peg Reinhardt with the Training Department, and I'd like to welcome you to our brief video on navigating Docebo, our learning management system, also referred to as an LMS. The first thing I'd like to point out is our long URL to access the system. It's firstservicebrands.docebo.com/Paul Davis Restoration. The reason for this is because all of the brands under First Service are using the same LMS. So if you go to log in and you don't see the Paul Davis logo, you are not on the right sign-in screen. Now let's talk about credentials. There's a couple different ways that you can get access to the system. One is you can email me at preinhardt@pauldavis.com. It's at the bottom of the screen, and I will set them up for you. You can use this register button, but be aware that it is not instantaneous. We have an approval process in place to make sure that people that aren't part of the Paul Davis organization cannot get access to the system. So let's go ahead and sign in by clicking the sign in button. And the first screen that we're going to see will be our dashboard. So let's talk about the layout of the dashboard. There are columns and rows. And in the first row, we have a little box of instructions on how to locate a course. In the middle column, we have assigned learning plans. If someone has assigned a learning plan for you, it will show up here. Next, in the third column, is assigned courses. Same thing. If you have been assigned any courses, they will show up here. What's the difference between a learning plan and a course? A learning plan contains multiple courses, so that we don't have to keep setting up the same group of courses every time. So let's scroll down a bit, and we see a new course that we're offering, the Xactware Training Series. This is the only chargeable course at this time. That's because Xactware charges us. The cost is $135 per person, and they have access to all the modules for 1 year. Let's scroll down a little more, and we see here are our learning plans. These are ones that we're not enrolled in, but we could by clicking the enroll button. I'll show you that more in a minute. I'm going to scroll down a little more, and finally we have our course catalog. This is everything that's accessible to you, and right now you see it in a list format. Typically it comes up in an icon format. So this is what you're going to see when you sign in. If you click on View More Courses, you can see that we have so much out there, and it would really be very difficult in either view to find something this way. So I'm going to show you a couple ways that you can find courses. The first way is for when you want to see what's out there because you're not sure and you want to see what might be helpful to you. For that, we're going to use categories. We have a category called Paul Davis, and if we click on the arrow, it brings up a sublist. Once in a while, that arrow takes 2 clicks to open up. So if you click it and it doesn't do anything, click it again and you should get this list. You can see that some of the categories have subcategories themselves. A good example of this is technical training. So I'm going to click on that, and you can see that there are several categories here under technical training. Some of them are options that have come from our vendors. So let's take a look at Shaw, and it shows us the first 3. So if I wanted to enroll in one of the Shaw classes, I would click on Enroll. Then I have to click Subscribe, and then one more time subscribe. At that point, it opens up the course, and as you can see on this one, it has multiple modules to it. These would be played individually by clicking the arrow to the right. So when you click, a box will open up and play your class. Click the X to close when you're finished or if you have to stop. And you can go in and out of these as many times as you like. So, okay, that was great, but we want to see that other way to find courses. So let's go back to the dashboard. From anywhere within Docebo, if you want to go back to your dashboard, hover over these 3 lines and click My Dashboard. We're going to scroll back down to the catalog. And let's say that there's a course that we want to take. We've heard there's a course on the S500 updates, and we have no idea which category it would be under. This last button over here, it's hard to see the little magnifying glass on it, but that's our search button. Click on that. This box opens up, and type in S500 or whatever you're looking for. Hit enter, and up pops our course, and if there are multiple courses that meet that criteria, you would see them all. So that's just a little bit about getting around in Docebo. We will have more videos on more functionality coming out in the near future. Thanks for listening.